In the middle of a bustling city, tucked between tall gray buildings and busy streets, there was a narrow alley called Maple Lane. Most people hurried past it without a second glance, except for a curious girl named Mira. Myra loved Maple Lane. To others, it was just an ordinary alley lined with old brick walls and rattling trash bins. But to Myra, it was a secret path where magic hid in plain sight. Every morning on her way to school, Mira would pause at the entrance and whisper, "Good morning, Maple Lane." Then she'd tiptoe through it slowly, eyes wide open for tiny miracles. Some days, she'd see a dandelion bravely pushing up through a crack in the cement, its bright yellow head nodding hello. Other days, she'd spot a shy cat napping on a sun-warmed window ledge, or a rainbow in a puddle after the rain. Mira's favorite was old Mr. Lou's little shop at the far end of the lane. It looked like an ordinary corner store, but inside Mr. Lou sold treasures that nobody else noticed. Jars of homemade jam, bundles of fresh herbs tied with twine, and tiny clay figurines he crafted by hand. Mr. Lou always greeted Mira with a twinkle in his eye. "Found any magic today, little dreamer?" he would ask. "One more flower, one more rainbow," she'd answer, grinning. One morning, as she walked down Maple Lane, Myra noticed a woman sitting on the curb, her shoulders slumped and her grocery bag spilled. People rushed by without stopping. Mira knelt down and gently picked up an orange that had rolled into the gutter. She placed it back in the woman's bag and offered her a piece of chocolate from her pocket. The woman looked up, startled. When she saw Mira's kind smile, her eyes softened. "Thank you, dear," she whispered. "I didn't think anyone would notice me." Mira squeezed her hand. "There's magic here, everywhere. You just have to look for it." The woman laughed through her tears, and for a moment, Maple Lane seemed to glow brighter. That evening, when Mira told Mr. Lou about it, he smiled and handed her a tiny clay fox he had made. "For you, little finder of magic," he said, "may you never lose your wonder." Years later, when Mira grew up, she still walked down Maple Lane every morning on her way to work. She still paused to admire the stubborn flowers, the sleepy cats, and the gentle rainbows and puddles. And whenever she saw someone hunched over, unnoticed by the world, she'd stop and share a kind word or a sweet treat. A little spark of everyday magic that made even the busiest city feel like a place full of secret wonders. Magic is not only in fairy tales, it lives in our everyday acts of wonder, kindness, and noticing the beauty that others overlook.